Welcome back to my channel. Today we have a very interesting topic for you, Rambo the New Blood. We will talk about the latest updates, reviews and facts of this potential project which stars the legendary Sylvester Stallone and the talented Jon Bernthal. We will also discuss the history, current status and future prospects of Rambo franchise. So, let's get started. One background of Rambo franchise. Firstly, let's take a quick glance at the iconic Rambo series. The character John Rambo, played by Sylvester Stallone, was first introduced in 1982 with the film First Blood. This movie was based on a novel of the same name written by David Morrell. The story follows John Rambo, who is a Vietnam War veteran that battles against a small-town sheriff and his deputies. It set the tone for the rest of the series with its emphasis on survivalism, combat and post-war syndrome. It was followed up with Rambo First Blood Part 2, 1985. In this sequel, he is sent back into Vietnam to rescue American POWs, showing off his fighting skills as well as determination throughout difficult challenges he faced during his mission there. This film became an enormous success, commercially establishing itself as one among many symbols commonly associated with America during that time period. Rambo I came out 3 years later, 1988. This time around, our hero goes to Afghanistan, where he fights against Soviet forces, trying to free his mentor Colonel Troutman, who has been captured by them there. It became notorious because it had some really intense action sequences, even more than previous parts, thus making people consider this character legendary. After almost 20 years without any new entry, in 2008, we got another installment just called Rambo. Here he leads group mercenaries while saving Christian missionaries held hostage within Myanmar country. This film received positive feedback from critics due to its realistic depiction as well brutal scenes when showing violence against humans. Lastly, Rambo Last Blood 2019 presents an older Rambo who has to deal with Mexican cartels in order to save his niece from them. The film didn't do well with audience, but they appreciated Sylvester Stallone's commitment towards this figure throughout all these years. 2. The rumors and teasers. Lately, there was much excitement among fans after seeing a teaser for what seemed like Rambo the New Blood. Unfortunately, it turned out that video wasn't real at all, because someone made it themselves using various clips from Sylvester Stallone's other movies where he had played similar roles as well, making deepfake of Jon Bernthal. Nevertheless, even though many people were disappointed by this fact, still we can say that positive thing is how much love exists for such franchises like Rambo, hence creating fake trailers about them being made by different individuals. That fake trailer sparked off conversations about possible new directions which next part could take. Would he continue John Rambo's story, or would there be another character who will carry on his legacy? In some other teaser, we were shown younger man playing role, implying prequel or reboot might happen soon. Enough idea behind these projects fascinated number of followers, hoping see fresh interpretations around age-old heroism concept represented through battle-hardened veteran known as Rambo himself. 3 possible directions for the franchise. As of now, nothing has been confirmed regarding release date or production plans related to Rambo the New Blood. However, there have been discussions held suggesting continuation but in different format instead. One suggestion is having television series that focuses on adventures experienced during earlier life stages by main protagonist. Mr. Stallone himself mentioned possibility having show centered around young version R. Rambo, also contemporary setting where the torch gets passed on to different individual. Altogether, envision a series that focuses on the early years of Rambo. We would see his time in Vietnam, his struggle with PTSD, and the events that turned him into the warrior we know. This method would provide an intricate plot and offer character growth which movies may not have time to show. Alternatively, a modern-day story could introduce a fresh character who embodies Rambo's spirit and values. This person could face current challenges while upholding the legacy of John Rambo. Such a direction might attract new fans while keeping old ones interested. For Sylvester Stallone's role. Sylvester Stallone has mixed feelings about coming back as John Rambo. He implied that he might not play this role again in future films but is part of creative talks. They considered passing the torch to someone younger like Jon Bernthal for this new chapter of the franchise. Stallone's involvement ensures any new project stays true to what Rambo stands for. His rich knowledge on both his character and what connects with people will be very useful even if he doesn't appear on screen again. Most likely, any future stories involving Rambo will still bear some influence from him. In one interview, Stallone talked about wanting to tell a real story that resonates today more than anything else recently done within Hollywood's big-budget action movies genre, and also stressed how important it is not only remain faithful towards where everything started off but also keep looking forward so as achieve success creatively with these films, which can easily become repetitive after a certain point otherwise. 5. Jon Bernthal's potential involvement. Jon Bernthal, who starred in The Punisher alongside other notable performances such as The Walking Dead, has always been among top fan choices when it comes down to joining forces with Rambo Saga next. However, no official statements were made regarding whether or not he will be part of Rambo the New Blood. However, the mere possibility that he would be has added an element of excitement for fans as they try to imagine what such a partnership might look like. Banthal's roles often require him to bring lots of energy into them, which makes him perfect match within a universe where all characters are expected to do something too. His portrayal usually brings out strengths even in those who seem weak at first glance while still keeping their vulnerability intact, qualities that could easily be attributed towards John Rambo himself. If given chance, then this actor could breathe a life into this iconic persona by infusing fresh blood while respecting originality created by Stallone. Just think about Bernthal acting either younger version or character inspired from same person whom these shoes once belonged to, and you will see why many believe that his interpretation alone may help shed new light on some areas riddled with darkness throughout entire Rambo narrative thus far. Many also long to discover how much more depth Jon can add into such legendary role. 6. Reviews and expectations. Everyone anticipates a lot from any upcoming Rambo project since last released film was called Rambo Last Blood. It received average ratings with some critics highlighting good action scenes, whereas others pointing out weak storyline behind it. Confirmation of another movie or TV show means striking balance between paying tribute to Sylvester Stallone's legacy as well as introducing different components so that both the hard followers alongside newcomers are equally captivated. Success hinges upon knowing what exactly makes people connect with Rambo, because his story is one about resilience against odds until redemption finally comes knocking. Each installment must therefore reflect these themes while remaining unique enough not fall into predictable formulae, which would only bore viewers further, hence making untold tales from protagonists' pasts or throwing fresh faces up against their own demons could work. The franchise's development will be closely watched by reviewers and fans alike. It will all come down to the balance between action-packed scenes and meaningful character development. A successful Rambo project should be both thrilling and thought-provoking. 7. Behind the scenes and production updates. There have been no official announcements about Rambo the New Blood production yet. If it does go into production, it is expected that there would be a new creative team on board with different ideas behind it. Some names mentioned in speculation have included Antoine Fuqua as a director known for his dynamic storytelling in films such as Training Day or The Equalizer. Fuqua would bring something fresh to the series if he got involved with Rambo. He could use intense character-driven narratives which might revolutionize this franchise altogether. Picture Fuqua directing Bernthal under Stallone's creative vision now. That is powerful stuff waiting to happen. These three together could create one hell of a movie. We are living in an age where anything can happen when it comes to storytelling methods, new technologies, film, making techniques may just bring alive worlds from within Rambo's imagination like never seen before. Whether through realistic combat sequences or immersive stories into characters themselves, sky is truly limitless right now. 8. Fan reactions and speculations. Fans of this long-running action series are not shy about sharing their hopes and fears concerning future installments. While some people are thrilled at the prospect of Jon Bernthal joining up with them here, others worry what will become if Sylvester Stallone decides not to reprise his iconic role once more. These days everything happens online, forums, social media sites, so don't think anybody has any concrete information except for pure speculation based off previous works. A popular idea floating around suggests the new blood being both prequel sequel using flashbacks from younger years while tracking another person during present time. Such an approach would satisfy old school followers wanting more background info on John Rambo while also attracting fresh eyes who may not know much about him up front. 9. Exploring Rambo's legacy. John Rambo is known for more than just his fighting skills and bravery. He embodies the struggle that many soldiers face when they return home from war only to find themselves fighting inner demons as well as societal problems. This aspect of the character has resonated with people over years, thus making movies like this so popular still today. Future projects can delve deeper into these themes, furthering the psychological and emotional aspects of Rambo's journey. This method will give more life to the character and expand our understanding of his experiences. Compelling stories could be created by focusing on Rambo's mental health struggles, relationships with other veterans, as well as attempts at finding peace. Additionally, a good portion of the update should revolve around Rambo's engagement with current problems. How would a person like him survive in today's world? The storyline could include technological warfare, cyber threats, among others, modern military tactics, which will showcase adaptation and resilience in new environments. 10. Impact of Jon Bernthal joining the franchise. Jon Bernthal can bring fresh eyes into the Rambo franchise. The actor is widely known for his intense and realistic performances that are able to show both deep emotional states and physical fitnesses. In shows such as The Walking Dead or The Punisher, he has displayed different sides of acting skills, thereby proving versatility while handling complicated roles. Should Bernthal decide to join this universe, it may add another layer to what happens next within it. Regardless whether they go back chronologically speaking through flashbacks showing some younger versions behind all those events, or just create an entirely different character inspired by Rambo himself, either way, we are guaranteed excitement plus depth thanks to him. Moreover, considering John understands trauma as well as resilience, which forms parts of John J.'s psychological makeup, then there is no better candidate suited for such type movies than him. His involvement could also attract new fans who might not have watched any other previous installment, but keenly following his work instead, hence expanding their numbers even further, thus making sure future remains bright always for Rambo series vis-a-vis remaining relevant till eternity comes. Knocking at our doors. 11. The future of Rambo franchise. Looking forward, there are many exciting possibilities ahead when thinking about where could take us next. Whether this means venturing into television shows, web series, books or movies amongst other platforms, one thing that should remain constant is staying true towards what makes up being called Rambo, while at the same time exploring different narratives along with characters. Therefore, it's upon those entrusted with responsibility for bringing these stories live to ensure they neither go off track nor lose sight of our hero's essence. Another factor which will greatly contribute to its success involves bringing new blood in terms of creative talent such as directors, writers and actors, among others. Antoine Fuqua-like filmmakers whose works always have fresh approach coupled with dynamic storytelling techniques could be roped in order to reinvigorate interest levels once more into another dormant film industry around Rambo. This can further be achieved by incorporating various voices representing diverse backgrounds so as add value onto plot development, thereby making it more captivating even for those audience members who may not necessarily identify themselves fully with any particular race or culture partaking therein. Additionally, they need interaction between fans themselves alongside makers behind scenes, because without them no movie would ever succeed, let alone continue expanding universal appeal, which comes attached alongside name thus far. It's therefore important to listen carefully their feedbacks, take some few ideas from them, then create something that resonates well within hearts, lest we risk losing everything down line when people start losing interest simply because nobody bothered us for opinions concerning certain matters. relevant to our own lives. 12 possible story lanes and character arcs. Let us now get down to business by discussing probable storylines alongside character arcs associated with Rambo the New Blood. One interesting possibility revolves around having prequel set during early days military service, where John back then was just an ordinary soldier trying to find his footing within ranks. Such a tale could look at various aspects including training received as well experiences gained while still serving under United States Army forces, active duty in Vietnam War zone before going rogue later on due certain events, leading transformation turning him into one tough customer always ready. Fight till bitter end if need be. Another option may involve younger person being mentored by none other than Rambo himself after having realized that kid reminds so much about own self during times when everything seemed dark, hopeless, but eventually managed to overcome all odds against any enemy along the way. Such a relationship between mentor-mentee provides ample opportunities for both personal growth, action-packed scenes filled with emotions, not forgetting fact this move also allows torch-passing ceremony take place within wider context, keeping alive memory J even long after retirement from active duty military service somewhere deep within jungle, where loves dwell forevermore. A modern sequel could be a great idea too. Consider Rambo in front of new rivals in today's world such as the strong cartel, corrupted organization or universal menace. This plot could involve current challenges, so it would be interesting for contemporary viewers. Also, his methods and strategies might be adjusted to present-day warfare, that will show how flexible he is and never gives up. 13. Technology role in modern warfare. If we incorporate technology into the Rambo franchise, it can produce fresh and exciting narratives. These stories can revolve around traditional guerrilla tactics and combat skills used by Rambo, which are juxtaposed against advanced technologies such as drones, cyber warfare, or modern weaponry, among others like these. The contrast created here can provide a thrilling action sequence while highlighting his ingenuity and resourcefulness. It could also create a scenario where cyber threats become an issue, necessitating the involvement of tech-savvy allies on the part of John Rambo, hence bringing about different characters with unique talents, thus adding depth into cast members. The integration of contemporary settings with technological advancement would allow for visually stunning action scenes that keep us excited about this series always. Moreover, it could help us understand what soldiers go through mentally during war periods by looking at their emotional states after going through such experiences. While trying to adapt John's character more towards our times, we should consider including some challenges faced by veterans like post-traumatic stress disorders (PTSD) when they come back home from battlefields, where there is need for reintegration into society amongst others due to changes brought about by new types of conflicts. 14. Potential villains and antagonists. For every hero there has to be a villain who poses great danger towards their lives, but also acts as motivation factor behind most actions taken by main character. The choice made regarding antagonist in Rambo the New Blood is vital since it shapes the storyline as well drives its momentum forward. Here are a few examples. 1. A merciless cartel leader. One way that could make things more interesting is if we have a powerful cartel leader as the main bad guy. Such a character would not only serve a purpose of having someone to fight against, but also add more spice into plot, especially when considering their vast network and influence, which may result into high-risk situations for everyone involved, thus leading to intense confrontations filled with suspenseful moments between good guys versus bad ones. 2. A military official on the wrong side of the law. Another viable option can be adopting an idea where there exists corrupted military officials who are supposed to protect innocent citizens. Instead, they end up causing harm among them by engaging in illegal activities such as drug trafficking or even arms dealing. Is an example. Let us assume that one day Rambo discovers this truth about his nation's security forces, hence making him become their number target since he has seen too much those still alive. 3. A group of international terrorists. Terrorism is one major challenge facing most governments around the world today. Therefore, Including it within Rambo movie will greatly contribute towards creating awareness on how best can be tackled these issues from all angles. Rambo should find himself entangled in a web spun by global terrorist organizations whose main aim involves destabilizing peace within various regions across planet Earth through use deadly explosives among other tactics which may demand him going out alone against them in order to save lives before time runs out. Forrest. Former fellow soldier turned enemy. The last person John would want to see turn against him is none other than former comrade arms, especially if such individual worked closely with during those days when both were serving together under similar units while fighting for common cause. However, things might take different twist here, whereby this particular soldier becomes rogue after being brainwashed by enemies, thereby becoming greater threat towards personal safety than any other enemy ever encountered before. For instance, suppose that David used some mind-altering substances which made him forget everything about his past life, including friends, thus leading into deadly battle between two warriors who know each other's strengths and weaknesses too well. 15 Fan theories and speculation. Rambo: The New Blood has become a topic for discussion among the fans of the movie. A few of the intriguing thoughts which have been developed by fans are as follows. 1. Double narrative. One popular belief is that this new project might have a dual narrative alternating between past and present. In doing so, they could look at his early years in flashbacks while following another character in present time, who could be anyone including him or herself too. This would make storytelling more rich layer as it would provide information about where he came from past and what made him who he is now. 2. Mentorship. Another fan theory suggests that Rambo will take up mentoring role towards some young characters during their journey through life. This could be relatives or fellow veterans whom he sees himself in them or such like persons. Through mentorship there would be deep interactions among different personalities while allowing emotional growth, thus adding depth into storytelling. 3. Passing the torch. Some believe Rambo: The New Blood should be about passing on the mantle to another hero entirely different from John J. They should choose someone as not necessarily military personnel but maybe civilian who represents everything that Rambo stands for. This person can either come out as soldier or discover himself becoming one alongside guidance given by Rambo's. 4. Modern threats. Fans are speculating what kind of modern-day danger should he face next. International cartel with its connections all over the world, or maybe corrupt corporates rooting within governments. It also could involve cyber terrorists against Rouge military units like CIA Black Ops Division gone high wire digitally hacking strategy servers around globe, etc. etc. Those kind of things were never shown before. 5. Cameos, Easter eggs. Cameo appearances from previous Rambo films like First Blood 2, where Colonel Trautman shows up again after being absent in Part 1 could happen. He can also meet other people that he had worked with before during his missions such as power camp inmates and so on. Another instance is when they find themselves at same location visited by some famous person who made impact either directly or indirectly towards events related to John's life while at war zones. 16. Behind the scenes and production challenges. The creation of a new Rambo movie has its challenges behind it. From casting decisions to script writing, direction, production management, among others, everything must be well planned. Here are some of the things we expect will shape up Rambo: The New Blood. 1. Casting. It is important for producers to choose the right actors, especially if Jon Bernthal joins cast. Then getting strong supporting ensemble becomes necessary too. The story would largely depend on chemistry between these characters, particularly new lead actor-actress and Stallone himself playing role of John Rambo. 2. Script development. Finding the right balance between staying true to Rambo's roots and introducing something new can be tough when writing a script that is supposed to be exciting at the same time. We must show the real character of Rambo, touch upon important peaks and include some action scenes in our story. But it will also depend on whom we work with. Experienced screenwriters who know what this franchise stands for are necessary. 3. Direction. The director you choose sets everything else into motion. They determine how things will look and feel throughout production. A person well versed in both action genres as well as those deeper themes expressed within each film from Rambo would be ideal. Perhaps someone like Antoine Fuqua, who brings fresh perspectives through intense character-driven narratives, while still maintaining a sense series need not only understand it but also have experience directing similar movies themselves. Additionally, production will have its own set of challenges to locations where filming takes place, which could greatly affect overall VB. Set designs or even special effects employed all contribute towards conveying desired impressions on audiences watching any given movie, show, etc. As such, being realistic, gritty about combat has always been hallmark Rambo's, thus these aspects should not lack authenticity during their execution. Moreover, meeting fan expectations without sacrificing originality poses another difficulty altogether. Married together with creative innovation, however, long-time followers might very easily lose interest, hence care needs be taken lest one side overtakes other completely. For instance, engaging them through various means such as social media may help gauge what they would want to see next, but incorporating those elements which are loved by many can go a long way too. 17. Marketing and promotion strategies. Success. Rambo the New Blood success can only come through effective marketing strategies. This means creating awareness about the project among people who might be interested in it and ensuring that they remain enthusiastic until its completion stage. Here are some of the possible ways that can be used for its purpose. 1. Teaser trailers and sneak peeks. A series of teaser trailers can be used to build anticipation about the project and keep the audience engaged throughout its production. Such clips show the most important parts of film, introduce new characters as well as give glimpses into action sequences, thus making viewers curious about what is going to happen next. 2. Social media campaigns. One cannot afford not to use various social media sites when trying to promote any product or service nowadays. Same can be applied in this case too. Regular updates regarding progress made on set, behind-scenes pictures, etc. could keep fans updated, while interactive posts may spark conversations between them. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and others would come handy here. 3. Interviews and press releases. Conducting interviews with actors/actresses playing different roles within movie could help generate more interest from potential viewers. The same applies for those involved in production behind scenes like directors, producers, etc., whose statements might give clues about what to expect next. Press releases announcing any major developments such casting decisions or release dates can also serve a purpose, keeping public eyes glued on project until it finally gets released into market. 4. Fan engagement activities. In order for people to feel connected towards something, they need to feel part of creation process. For that reason, various activities should be held which allow interaction between fans themselves, but also between their members, cast/crew. Activities like Q&A sessions where followers get opportunity to ask questions. Certain things might have been left unclear during previous stages. Contests relating artwork based around particular themes related series would go a long way engaging with our audience base. Virtual events streamed live online platforms such as YouTube could create buzz among internet users who may not otherwise have access to television sets at home. 5. Collaborations and partnerships. Partnering with other brands, influencers, content creators would further boost visibility level this particular project. Moreover, special promotions offered through said partnerships coupled nicer looking merchandise designed around the idea Rambo the New Blood could help attract different groups of people, thus increasing overall reach potential audience size. The first Blood film, we enjoyed that because it expressed the problems endured by Vietnam War veterans. Many viewers have identified with Rambo's struggle against PTSD and feelings of isolation. Consequently, his figure became more human or sympathetic to them. What this portrayal did was to shine a light on their psychological as well as emotional battles which continue being relevant up to now. Beyond just movies, there has been a great impact from this franchise on popular culture too. Rambo's quotes and image have found their way into different forms of media like merchandise among others, even political debates sometimes. So much so that he is regarded as an icon which people can use when talking about military heroism, trauma or consequences arising out of any armed conflict situation anywhere in the world. The new blood should capitalize on current events in order for it not only build upon but also stay true towards its roots. In other words, the story needs to be made relevant again by looking at things happening today, such as modern-day wars. Effects brought about by technological advancements vis-à-vis warfare implementation, and finally what service personnel may undergo currently during active duty or even afterwards having returned home safely from deployment. The main idea here is continuity without losing touch with originality, thus keeping alive bits rooted deeply within our hearts like resilience against all odds plus survival instinct, but still injecting new angles so that they can continue connecting with various audiences across different generations. 19 potential spin-offs and expanded universe. If the new blood succeeds, then spin-offs within the Rambo universe could be created along with an expanded one. Some ideas include 1. Character spin-offs. Introducing new characters within the new blood could lead to their own stories being told. These individuals may come from various backgrounds laden or not burdened down by unique challenges, thereby providing diverse narratives set in same environment, which is quite interesting indeed. For example, a younger soldier who was mentored by Rambo might have adventures of his or her own, thereby showing how far they have come. 2. Prequel series. A prequel series focusing on John Rambo's early years would be a good idea. This could tell us about what he went through in Vietnam, his training and all the events that shaped him into this legendary figure we see today. Such a story will give more insight into who our hero really is, since it would deal with roots as well as causes behind latter actions taken by such person like Rambo himself. 3. Expanded universe. The Rambo universe should follow suit with other popular franchises by introducing novels, comics, etc. These can delve deeper into different parts of the story, bringing new characters while building up overall mythos around it. So doing will keep fans interested at all times while allowing multiple approaches towards understanding what goes on within these narratives based on one man called John Rambo, who happens to be among many others living during those troubled times. 4. Anthology series. This kind of show would feature various players set against backdrop provided courtesy Rambo World. Every season or episode could revolve around another protagonist, thus enabling creative thinking plus fresh viewpoints where every time there is something different happening, so that people get hooked even much faster than before. 20. Conclusion and final thoughts. In conclusion, the new blood can do wonders for both die-hard followers and casual observers alike. Whether it be through movies alone or via TV series, regardless of format chosen, there remains still plenty of potential left unexplored within Rambo's vast universe to explode onto screens worldwide. Therefore, all we need to do now is stick faithfully to those elements which define him best whilst introducing fresh blood, so as not lose the touch completely with new narratives capable of captivating minds over again throughout ages, yet unborn. The Rambo franchise is one of the most influential series in history. It has been able to speak about fortitude, endurance, and the struggles faced by war veterans. Rambo the New Blood may capitalize on this accomplishment by tackling present-day problems as well as introducing fresh ideas so that the narrative does not become irrelevant or dull. We are waiting for any official word with bated breath, but until then there's no shortage of excitement and conjecture around what could be done in Rambo the New Blood. This shows that people still love John Rambo, and it also opens up endless opportunities for future installments within the franchise. Please keep posted for updates. Thank you for coming along on this journey through Rambo's past, present, future with us. If you found this video helpful and entertaining, subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up. We will continue bringing you the latest news from film industry, including discussions about your favorite movies and TV shows. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think? Until next time, take care of yourselves, folks. Don't stop watching.